And welcome to SHOT Show TV. I'm David Lombardo. And we have here today John Rydberg with the Orchid Advisors. John, what exactly is Orchid Advisors?
Orchid Advisors is a management consulting firm that's focused on the firearms industry. We work with the industry's manufacturers, the distributors, and the retailers, and even the pawn shops to better their economic interests, help them increase their profits, increase their regulatory compliance, and basically make their overall experience a little bit better.
Now, you're at this show specifically because you have a joint program with National Shooting Sports Foundation now. Isn't that right?
That is correct. Just a couple months ago, we launched a new program with NSSF and with a couple other organizations as well. NASGW, the National Association of Sporting Goods Wholesalers, and a large software company called Epicor. And what we did is we launched a firearms retail development program. And it's a program that's designed to elevate many of the things that we just talked about, and there's many great benefits. It's subsidized by the trade associations as well. Travis is going to tell you a little bit more about it in a second and how it relates to his background. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Travis. Travis is our executive director of our retail and distribution practice. And Travis, why don't you introduce those thoughts?
Appreciate it, John. So my background, I've been in the industry for 22 years, and I spent most of that time with a large retailer, one of the largest retailers in the country. And from there I went and I spent time at one of the largest wholesale distributors in the country, where we serviced over 12,000 independent dealers across the entire country, right? So one of the things we realized was there's nothing out there in the marketplace today that focused on what those dealers and what those wholesalers truly needed. So we got together with our industry partners and we developed the Firearms Retail Development Program.
So what types of things do you actually talk about? I mean, what are the kind of bullet points that you would go over with a company?
So it's important to always recognize that we operate in a regulated industry, a highly regulated industry. So there's always going to be a piece of compliance tied to everything that we do. But we've taken a holistic view. We want to look at their entire business from A to Z, everything in between, operationally, in their financials, everything that they do, and help them get better, help them drive profits, help them be more efficient, and at the same time do all of that while operating within the regulations.
And you just go and visit the store itself, right? You go on location?
Sometimes we do, and other times we can do things remotely as well. It's really what the client needs and what the client wants.
Is this a long process, or I guess it kind of depends on what they need?
It does depend on what they need, and it depends on where they're at in their business development as well. And it can be a short process, or it can be a long-term, year after year.
I think it's important to note, too, the various elements that are in the program. So through the associations and ourselves and the software company, the retailers have access to an unlimited legal defense fund, regulatory compliance, they'll get regulatory software, they could potentially get store visits, education and training materials, free access and VIP access to conferences like this. So it really is a comprehensive suite to help the retailers improve their business.
So these are sort of the main topics that would differentiate you from some of the, because there are a lot of consultants in the world. This kind of sets you apart, some of the way you handle this?
Yeah, there are other programs like this available, but they're a little bit different, right? They're more focused strictly on the regulatory environment, whereas this program, I keep saying the word economic, it brings in all of the, how do you sell better, right? And what's the appropriate price point of the product, and where should you get your inventory? So it's much more holistic and deals with operational and technology matters as well.
So I'm sold. How do I get a hold of you?
Well, this week we're at booth number 617. You can also find us through our website at orchidadvisors.com.
And there it is. For SHOT Show TV, I'm David Lombardo.